Hey guys, what's going on? So today we're going to be doing a full-on guide for blade dancers on what badges are best. We're going to be going over lightning build and wind build badges, so this is a full-on guide. Hopefully this help out anyone interested in playing blade dancer or just confused on what badge is the best. Badges are very expensive and time-consuming to get, so you definitely want to go the right one. And I feel like there's a lot of confusion at endgame. There's not a lot of good guides, so I just want to go over this for blade dancers. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and let's start it off. First thing we're going to be checking out is Lightning Blade Dancer's Soul Badge. So, best in slot Lightning Soul Badge right now is Curso Badge. This one has the best effect on its own. What happens is it has a red moon effect. So when you use Thunder Slash, it reduces the cooldown of your lightning draw by up to 6 seconds total. And this is really useful because obviously, these three abilities, Flaming Scourge, your Ets, and your C, are your three main abilities you're going to use. Sometimes you'll use your V. Most of the time you're using just these three. And so having this reduce the cooldown of your C is very, very strong, and it's the best in slot, period. Now, the next badge you want to get is the Sagewood Soul Badge. This one is very powerful too, but not as good on its own. It's better when it's combined. So what happens with this is it reduces cooldown of your Z by 12 seconds from move 1 and 2 in Lightning Draw, and 7 seconds from Lightning Draw move 3. So basically if we go over the items, we have move 1, move 2, and move 3. So move 1 and 2 reduce the cooldown by 12 seconds. This is an AoE, and then this is increased damage when someone's like Phantom Dripped or something like that. This one reduces it only by 7 seconds because this is additional cast. So basically you can use Lightning Draw 2 times in a row without a cooldown. So on paper, this is the best slot to go for move 3 for the Sagewood badge because it reduces cooldown by a total of 14 seconds because you're getting the 7-second cooldown twice in a row. So on paper, this is 2 seconds less. This 2 seconds more of a cooldown reduction that you're getting compared to move 1 and move 2. So that's actually pretty useful if you go the Sagewood Soul Badge route. Currently, I'm not going that route right now. I'm just going AoE because I don't have the fused version of these two. But once I do, I definitely will go move 3. So obviously, I talked about the fused. You see it right here. You can fuse them together and you get the Luminous Soul Badge. This is the best Soul Badge you can get for a Lightning Blade Dancer, period. Just because their effects work so well together. It is pretty damn expensive. That's probably why I haven't done it myself. Gray stones are pretty hard to get. Pre-transformation stones are pretty damn expensive. But it's definitely worth the price tag once you can get, the gray stones and everything like that. Their effects work so well together because basically what happens is when you use your Ets, reduces cooldown of your C. That's from the Courage Soul Badge. And then when you use your C, it reduces cooldown of your Z, and that's from the Sagewood Soul Badge. So basically what you get is your 3 core abilities always reducing the cooldown of each other. So you use your Ets, you reduce the cooldown of your C. You use your C, you reduce the cooldown of your Z. And you just keep getting them up over and over and keep resetting their cooldowns. It's such a strong ability to use in Lightning build because these are your core abilities, your 3 core that you want to always have up. So this is really, really nice for Lightning Blade Dancers. Definitely best in slot. So honestly, my recommendation is if you're a new player, I would recommend just getting the Sagewood Soul Badge first. Reason why is because the only way to get these 2 soul badges in an efficient manner, the Sagewood and the Courage, is from buying them from the marketplace with the tokens. Because you actually can't get them from this season's Tower of Infinity, just because these are past seasons, they won't be rewarded anymore. So the Sagewood Soul Badge, you're going to need the glory tokens. And the problem with the Sagewood Soul Badge, it's not too bad. It's about 1 gold a piece. So you're looking at 70 gold because you need 70 tokens. So overall, it's not that bad. For a new player, it's definitely a little rough. But you can do it. You just have to save up some gold. So I recommend going this route first because that's the only way to really get it in an efficient manner. Curso Badge, this one's going to be a big issue. It's roughly about 350 gold to 400 gold for this badge from buying the tokens off the marketplace. Unfortunately, both these badges you can't get with Solar Energy because for some reason they haven't added it to the Dragon's Press, which is very unfortunate for new players. But this Curso Badge is going to take a pretty long time for a new player for sure. It is worth the price tag for sure, but it's going to take a while because they're about 5 to 6 gold a piece for a token, and you need 70 of them. So yeah, around 350 gold to 400. So it's going to be a pretty big price tag. So if you don't have that type of gold, which new players mostly don't have that type of gold, you can go the Sagewood Soul Badge. It's not as good as the Courage by itself, but the good thing is eventually you're going to need it anyways because you're going to fuse them together. So it's not a bad idea to spend 70 gold and get your Sagewood Soul Badge. Now I know someone's going to say there is another way, and there is. You can exchange them right here. So right now you get the victory tokens. These are the newest one for the new season of running Tower of Infinity. So they did add a new option. Basically what you can do is you can use victory tokens and soul stones to trade in from previous tokens. So you can on paper get the courage tokens, but the problem is the gold is really expensive because you're looking at 30 soul stones, and you know, if you have to buy this, it's around 7 or 8 gold a piece. Well, 7 or 8 gold total for 30 soul stones. And then you also need a victory token, which is 10 fragments. So it's going to take you a pretty good amount of runs to get one victory token, and then you're going to need about 7 to 8 gold from the soul stones just to get one courage token. So it's way easier just to literally go on the marketplace and buy a token for 5 or 6 gold a piece than to do all this work for a trade-in, which is more gold and more time. So same thing for, obviously, you know, the glory tokens. No way in hell you should be spending, you know, 30 soul stones for this because you get it for 1 gold a piece. Definitely a ripoff. So honestly, this system, it looks good, but it's going to be more money and more time consuming. So I don't recommend this option at all. They could have done this way easier, honestly. They could have just not even made you have to spend soul stones, but whatever on that. But that's really Lightning Blade Dancer soul badges. You want to go courage as soon as possible. If you don't have the gold for that, you know, get that sagewood. But eventually you're going to need both to fuse them. And hopefully this kind of helped you guys out. And now we're going to be checking out Wind Blade Dancer soul badges. Alright, so now we're going to be checking out the Wind Blade Dancer soul badges. So the best in slot Wind soul badge is the Holy Fire soul badge. Now, originally it used to be the Eternity soul badge, but that one got kind of dumpstered because Wind Blade Dancer got some changes in Korea and they applied them to North America and Europe. So now the best in slot for Wind Blade Dancer is Holy Fire. Basically what it does is it reduces the cooldown of your Z by 6 seconds whenever you use your 2 or your Et. So very, very powerful because just like Lightning build, having your Z up as much as possible is, you know, the big steroid boost. You get a ton of more damage, critical damage, more wind damage, just everything that you need for wind build. So having this up as much as possible is very, very efficient for wind build. So this is the best in slot for sure. Very good news about this one is you can actually get them with solar energies. So if you go here to the Drain Express, go to exchange, the second tab, you'll see right here Holy Fire soul badge. So for 125 solar energies you can buy this and you don't have to worry about any tokens or anything like that. It's also account bound, so you can actually run this maybe on your main character and transfer it over to your Blade Dancer if it's not your main, so that's very nice too. The only other option to gain the Holy Fire soul badge is from buying it from the marketplace, but the tokens are going for about 7 to 8 gold a piece, so you're looking at a lot of freaking gold for this Holy Fire badge, which it's probably worth it because it's so strong for wind build and it's the best one you can get. But honestly, if I were you, I would just run your daily challenge every day. You know, just have some patience, run it every single day, get your solar energies, and then buy the Holy Fire soul badge. That's what I did personally. I didn't want to spend hundreds of gold, so I just bought it like this. So that's a very efficient way to do it if you don't want to spend the gold on the marketplace. Now, basically, once you have the Fire Soul Badge, there's a few variations. You can either go Eon or Undying. Honestly, I've seen Wind Blade Dancers go both, so it's kind of up to you. I personally, in my preference, I believe Undying is a little bit better. The good news is the 2 badges that you need to fuse it are both very easy to get. This one, Eternity Soul Badge, you can buy this for Celestial Basin for I believe like 12,000 or 15,000 peaches. It's around there, very easy to get, maybe a day or 2 of farming. Or you can go Undying. So Undying is the Glory Soul Badge, which was from last season. You can buy this for 1 gold a piece, so you're only looking at about 70 gold, which is pretty damn cheap for a soul badge. So personally, in my opinion, I would go the Undying soul badge. The variation of these two is really nice. This increases your wind charge by 3 seconds on a successful last hit of your multi-slash, which is your 2. So once you combine these together, you basically get longer uptime on your rolling typhoons, your wind slashes and everything like that, and then you also get a cooldown on your Z. So personally, in my opinion, I would go Undying. The one thing about wind build is they're not as reliant on their fuse as Lightning is. On Lightning, you want to get the Luminous soul badge as soon as possible, the fusion. On wind, you can actually take your time. You don't have to fuse these together for a very long time, not until like VT gear or something like that. So you don't have to really focus on this right away. The main thing is you want to get the Holy Fire though, because it is way better than all the other ones, and it's just very important to get if you want to go wind build. Again, you can exchange them to try to get them, but we already broke that down. It's pretty damn expensive, so I don't really recommend it. But that's kind of Wind Blade Dancer. Pretty simple. Get that Holy Fire badge as soon as possible. Alright guys, so the next thing we're checking out is the Mystic badges. So these are actually pretty simple and very easy to get. Also, there's not really too many options, so it's pretty simple which one you want to get. For Lightning Blade Dancer, you want to go Pulse Mystic Badge. This is the best in slot one you can get until you can get your Vortex Temple badges. We'll go over that in a minute. This one gives 20% critical damage in Electric Surge. Also 100% lightning attack power bonus on a successful flicker during Electric Surge. So basically what happens is when you use your flicker in draw stance, it gives you 100% lightning attack power bonus, and then it also gives you that 20% critical damage. So this is a big boost to your attack power and your critical damage. Definitely the best badge you can get until, you know, Vortex Temple and everything like that. This will be 15,000 peaches, so honestly you can get this within a day if you really farm hard, you know, just all day farming. If you don't want to grind that hard, you can spend, you know, 2 to 3 days, but it's not going to take you longer than 2 to 3 days max. Very easy to get peaches. You just have to do the little quest, you know, complete 3 and then you get a new reset of more quests to get those peaches. It actually used to be even hard to get. They nerfed it. It used to be 50 raven feathers too. Now you don't need that. All you need is the peaches. So this is very easy to get and definitely worth the time, because honestly this badge is so strong. You're going to be using it for a very long time until you can run Vortex Temple, which for most new players is going to take a while. You have to run Black Tower first, which is the first raid, and then Vortex Temple. So it's going to be a while to get there. So the Pulse Mystic Badge is definitely the better one. You can get the Revolution one, but this one is pretty garbage, honestly. I do not recommend wasting the peaches on this. Compared this one to this one, it's not even close. So this one is 1,000 times better. So I definitely don't recommend wasting your peaches and getting this one. Definitely recommend the Pulse Mystic Badge. Now besides that, we'll just check out the Wind one real quick. So for Wind, you want to go the Sky Rift Mystic Badge. This one is way better than this one, mainly because it creates additional Wind Spirits on Sunder, which is basically your R&B. So you're spamming R&B to get the Rolling Typhoons. And basically, when you have 3 Wind Spirits, you can use 1 Rolling Typhoon. So the more Wind Spirits you create, the more Rolling Typhoons you get off, which is the more DPS you get, because Rolling Typhoon is your main DPS source in Wind build. So you can imagine why this badge is so useful whenever you use Sunder. You can go this one, but it's just not as strong in my opinion. Definitely the reason why is because you already have a cooldown reduction of your Z from the Holy Fire badge. So there's no purpose to get another one when you can get additional Wind Spirit. This one is 15,000 peaches, so again, you'll have to farm Celestial Basin, but it's definitely worth it. But those are really the badges. Pretty simple, honestly. Just farm Celestial Basin all day. This is where you want to be as a new player. There's other great items from here too, for sure, but the badges are very strong, very useful. Now we're going to be checking out the legendary Mystic badges. So next up is the Mystic badges, the legendary ones from Vortex Temple. Just like the Celestial Basin ones, these are pretty damn simple. There's really only 2 choices, but we'll still go over the FETs and everything like that. So the Dynasty Mystic Badge, this is the lightning one. Basically what this does is just gives a huge attack power bonus on your Thunder Slash, which is your ETs. Also, it kind of makes it into like a trigger lightning effect where it will actually hit multiple targets when you use it, so it bounces off other targets. And again, it just gives a huge attack power bonus, so you can imagine how powerful it is whenever you use Thunder Slash. Very, very powerful. I've seen my DPS go up a lot when I got my Mystic Badge. Besides that, you have the Ranzu Mystic Badge, which is your Wind one. This one gives, again, another huge 4,500 attack power bonus when you use 5-point strike or Skyward Slash. 5-point strike is your 2, so that's one you'll probably be using more. So whenever you use your 2, you get this huge attack power bonus for 6 seconds. So you can imagine how high your burst will be when you're using Rolling Typhoon and everything like that. It also creates 3 Wind Spirits, which is essentially a free Rolling Typhoon. So big DPS increase when you use this for sure. Overall, both are very, very essential for Blade Dancer and a huge DPS boost. You want to get these as soon as possible. You'll have to get the Frostborn Orb, which is from Frost Asura or Flaming Asura. So that's the first big bosses in Vortex Temple. You can buy these. I mean, you can buy a run. I believe they're like 2,000 to 3,000 gold for a run, and then you'll probably need like 500 for an entry fee. So you have to spend around like 3,000 gold total to freaking get this badge, or you'll have to get a clan and then run it with them. So honestly, this badge is going to take a very long time if you're a new player. But this is just kind of like the end game goal. These are the best badges you can get for a Blade Dancer. So eventually you want to try to get these, but it's going to be quite a while. So that's really the badges. Pretty simple, honestly. I just wanted to go over this for your new players and everything like that who want to play Blade Dancers. So hopefully this video helped you guys out. If you have any additional questions, make sure to leave a comment. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know if you have any other videos you want me to make, and I'll see you guys real soon. Thank you for watching.